Hello everyone, Julie the Bibliophile here. The video you are about to see was filmed back in May, and I never got a chance to edit it and put it up. I would like to apologize for my lack of videos lately, how I never finished my Kingdom Keepers summer videos. I'm going to try to film a wrap-up video at some point. I've been having a lot of trouble getting videos off my phone and onto my computer. I've been having some difficulties, so that's why you haven't seen any videos uploaded lately. But I just realized I had some old videos on my computer that never got uploaded. So, now I present the Brony Friendzonies of YA Lit. Enjoy! So, just last night, I finished The Treatment by Suzanne Young, the sequel to The Program by Suzanne Young, and really it was a fantastic book, fantastic series. I suggest reading it, I loved it, couldn't put it down, but that's not what I'm here to talk about. Because there was a character in this book that really got my goat, even more so than he did in the first book, and it was awful. And I was thinking about this guy, and it got me thinking about his type of character. And it got me thinking about how many of them there really are in fictional books. And how much I hate them. And how much other people love them. And how much I cannot stand them. And, so I got so angry and got to thinking about it so much that I decided I gotta make a whole video about it. Oh yes, I am talking about the fictional fuckboy. Okay, so if you don't know that term, I can't really describe it in any way better than naming some names, so maybe just keep watching this video and you'll find out. But basically, these are the guys that you don't want to go anywhere near. These are the guys that no matter how much you tell them no, will keep pushing and pushing until you say yes. Even if you don't, they will keep telling a girl how much they love her and how much she's going to end up with them. Even if she is in another relationship. Even if she has already told them she's not interested. And they are all over the place. Your classic, misogynistic, entitled... Ugh. And the big problem is here that so many people love these characters and see them as wonderful people. You know, we talk a lot about us nerds, us book nerds. We talk a lot about how much we love fictional boys and how much better they are than boys in the real world. Well, these guys that I'm going to be talking about, oh yeah, these are the guys that are exactly like a lot of the guys you're going to meet out there. They are the guys in your high school class walking down the hallways being idiots. My best friend and I like to call them Brony Friendzonies because they claim the friend zone. So, without further ado, let's just get started talking about them. So I'd like to start off on a positive light and talk about some guys, or a guy or two, who started off like this or were like this at one point, but got better. But they do deserve mentioning. The first one is William Darcy from Pride and Prejudice. Now, when I first heard the story of Pride and Prejudice, it wasn't through reading the book. I watched the Lizzie Bennet Diaries, and then I read the book. But I remember when I was watching the Lizzie Bennet Diaries, at first I hated Darcy, because he was really just so entitled, and pretentious people are really, like, my least favorite kind of people. But this guy, he was just insulting Lizzie, insulting her family for not being rich and snotty, and everything he thought ideal. And he has this huge list of ideals for a woman that are completely unreachable. But in the end, Darcy does grow. He falls in love with Lizzie and learns not to act like that, and learns that there's more to people than your prejudices and your pride. Because both Lizzie and Darcy have both pride and prejudice, but they fall in love anyway, and they both get over a lot of it. So William Darcy started off as a Brony Friendzone, but he got better. Next one worth mentioning that was like this for a while, Finn Whitman from the Kingdom Keepers series. Now, I love Finn. I've always loved Finn. I mean, we started Finn in book 1. He's pretty much the main character of the series, even though it's more of an ensemble cast. He starts the series. He ends the series. Finn is your leader. But in the 5th book, he became my least favorite character at the time. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to have some spoilers for this, so while this book is still here, mute it if you haven't read it and want to, which you should. Okay, Finn's mom becomes a Green Eye, and Finn immediately starts blaming Amanda, and she very clearly gets mad at him, and then he goes on a cruise when she's not there. And at this point, Finn and Amanda, I think, pretty much had an established relationship. It could be assumed they had kissed multiple times already. Even though they weren't official boyfriend and girlfriend, it was pretty clear that they were there. And then he just starts making out with Story and Charlene on the cruise ship. Oh boy, Finn. Luckily, Finn learned his lesson, and now he's doing really romantic things in The Syndrome in The Return. That's another video. Okay, so now we are past the guys who got better. Now it is time to talk about the horrible brony friendzonies of young adult literature. I'm not going to go in any particular order here, except I am going to save my top 3 most offensive for the end. Okay? Most offensive ones, the ones I hate the most, are going to be the last 3. Let's start with Ben from Paper Towns, because he's not too bad, but he deserves mentioning. I loved Paper Towns, I just finished it recently, but Ben annoyed me. Ben calling girls honey bunnies, and oh. Do I need to say a lot about Ben? I mean, he's a good guy, but he needs to improve his worldview a little bit. Next up, also from the great works of John Green, Pudge from Looking for Alaska. Now, my thing with Looking for Alaska, again, I loved the book, very moving story, great. But honestly, I found myself loving these characters, even though I realized that when I was reading about these characters, I realized that if these characters were real, they were people that I would hate in real life. I wouldn't want to hang around them. I would probably look at them with scorn. Maybe I've got too much prejudice, but hey, there's a reason I am talking specifically about Pudge. Oh boy. You know, my friend Eric pointed this out to me when I was reading the book. Okay, again, spoilers. So, yeah. Mute it. What is wrong with Pudge? Well, the main problem with Pudge here is that it's not that he has a crush on Alaska. That's not the problem. I mean, him and Alaska could have had something cute, but Alaska did have a boyfriend. But luckily, Pudge, again, is not the worst, because he wasn't saying anything to her or pursuing her while she was dating someone. But here's the thing with Pudge. It was very clear when you look deep into this book, and what my friend pointed out to me, that when Alaska died, Pudge was not upset that his best friend was dead. No. Pudge was upset that he was never going to have sex with her. That's why Pudge has found an honorary place on our list. Okay, now that we're past those two, who were kind of just assholes at some point, but, you know, still not that bad, now we get to move on to the real brony friendzonies. We're gonna move on to those guys that keep pushing until you say yes. And even if the girl never says yes, they keep going. And now let's start with the guy who's inspired this entire video. And I'm talking about Michael Realm from the Program series, especially in the treatment. Oh boy. Oh, I hated Realm so much in this book. And again, spoilers, so yeah. Realm. Oh, Realm. Not only did he lie to Sloan about who he was, and he said originally he was just meaning to lie to her, but then he fell in love with her. But the real problem I have with Realm here, I mean, the lying thing is bad. There are things that he did that are bad besides the brony friendzone stuff. He lied to Sloan about being a handler. He turned Dallas, his girlfriend, into the program when he knew how much she hated it. Like, what? But here, Realm, in the main context of this video, the problem with Realm is that it is very clear, Sloan has made it clear to him multiple times that she's with James. She loves James, and that's who she wants to be with. And that she doesn't want to be with Realm, and that James is important to her. But Realm goes so far as to tell her that James will never love you the way I could, the way I do. And he keeps telling her we're gonna be together. He keeps pushing and pushing. Maybe it's not the worst case he lets her be with James, but he does go and say that thing about James is never gonna love you. Now, Realm gets better at the end of this book. Realm gets better, but I was happy to hear that Sloan never forgave him. That Sloan's never going to forgive him. Because that's not a common theme you get to see in books often, but it was dealt with here. That Sloan is never gonna trust him again, never gonna forgive him. Realm got a little bit better, but in the middle of this book, he was the worst. Okay, let's talk about our next guy, and that is Mark James from the Lorien Legacy series. Now in I Am Number 4, Mark James was just bad because he was a bully. But in The Hidden Enemy, Return to Paradise, we see the true nature of Mark James. And why he's not the worst out of the guys that I'm listing, why he's still bad. He literally, in Return to Paradise, mentions multiple times how he's planning on getting back with Sarah. Even though he knows she loves John, and she's dedicated to John now, how much he loves Sarah, and how much Sarah is going to be with him again, and he's sure they're gonna be together again. Oof. Now, dude, I can't blame you for trying, but it's a little annoying. And then he goes and tells some random alien site everything that he knows about the guard. Why would you do that? Why? Mark James. Woo! Next up, just because I felt like he had to be mentioned, I'm talking about Garrett from the Lion Game series. Whew! Garrett, I don't really remember enough from this series to talk a lot about Garrett. I don't want to talk about Emmett. That was a different situation. I don't know what to call that, because I loved Emmett until the end. But Garrett was just Garrett was just an ass. He wasn't even so much pursuing, he wasn't so much pursuing Sutton/Emma as he was just being an ass. And he was kind of kept pursuing even after they broke up and she was with Ethan. Did I say Emmett before? I meant Ethan. Sorry. Now we're past those guys and it's time to move on to the big bads. The guys who I cannot even like a little smidget, who I just hate them with every fiber of my being, and it disgusts me when people see them as romantic or like them, because these guys are so problematic that it's not even funny. Let's begin. Okay, these guys are going in no particular order, maybe they are, I don't know. But let's start with Akiva from Daughter of Smoke and Bone. Oh boy, I had heard so much about this book, how it was so good, and I picked it up, and I read it, and it was so hard to get through this, honestly. I kept reading it, and I was kind of enjoying it, I think just because I wanted to enjoy it, because I heard it was so good. But the real problem here, for me, was Akiva. Because honestly, when I was hearing about Madrigal at the end, I really liked it. I started to enjoy it. I found Caru/Madrigal's story really interesting with Brimstone, and I found that all very intriguing. I thought it was great. Okay, this book mainly focused on the romance between Caru/Madrigal and Akiva. And I kind of shipped Akiva and Madrigal more than Akiva and Caru because I saw no development between Akiva and Caru, but that's another discussion. I'm not talking about the problem with the ship. I am talking about the problem with the guy. Again, spoilers. But, oh my god, he was creeping on Caru. He was watching her sleep. This dude was like an Edward Cullen. He was watching her sleep. He was stalking her, even though she hated him after he tried to kill her. And then he was just like, going after her. And then, I guess he's not so bad because he knew she was going to hate him if she found out the truth, but he did it anyway. But literally, he killed her entire family, every piece of family she had ever known. He killed them. Oh, God, why, no. Now these last two, don't ever mention these guys in a positive light to me because I will go off about how much I hate them. Let's move on with Gale Hawthorne. Oh, boy, Gale is a special person. Gale is actually the character that inspired the name Brony Frenzoni. Now I get that he's in love with Katniss. I really do. But dude, you need to back off. He was just one of these guys that was just like, Katniss, huh? Katniss, are you in love with me? Katniss, are you gonna love me? Katniss, you know you're gonna choose me. Katniss, you know we're gonna be together. Katniss, have you chosen yet? Have you chosen me? I love you, Katniss. I love you, Katniss. Even though Katniss made it very, very clear that she wasn't ready to choose, that she wanted to focus on the revolution, and that maybe she had some romantic feelings for Gale, but she wasn't sure yet. He just kept pushing. He wouldn't stop. And then in Mockingjay, he got so bad. Oh my god, he was telling her about how horrible Peeta is, and he just kept pursuing about, like, do you love me? Mockingjay was when Gale got really bad. And then, again, spoilers for Mockingjay. Here's the worst, that Gale killed Prim. And I think that's why Katniss will never forgive him. But It's not even so much that he killed Prim, because he didn't know Prim was going to be there when the bomb went off. The thing is that Gale designed the bomb to kill children. That was the sole purpose of the bomb that Gale and Beatty designed. To kill children, which is exactly the reason that they were fighting the Capitol, because the Capitol was persecuting children. And that's exactly what Gale and Beatty did. Yeah, so Beatty's not getting off the hook here either. But I'm talking about Gale. Because Gale... And then, because Katniss doesn't choose him and chooses Peeta, and she was his best friend, he moves away to District 2 and never sees her again. After she lost so many people that were important to her. Prim, her mother, Finnick, her dad. She lost all these people, and he was one of the important people left in her life, and he left her because she chose Peeta over him after he acted like a fuck boy. Gale Hawthorne is so problematic, and I hate him so much. And the final brony friendzone on our list, the most popular one that is often loved by readers, but a lot of readers and fans of the series have often grown up now and started to realize the problems here. Oh yes, the number one brony friendzone in all young adult and children's literature. I am talking about Severus Snape. How much do I need to say about Snape? How much do I need to say about how he pursued Lily even after he used slurs on her, bad slurs, and then continued to expect love from her, and literally was so upset that she chose James that he had to be mean to Harry and treat Harry like a piece of crap. And Lily didn't owe him anything, but he acted like she did. And he just, oh God, I'm not going to say much about Snape because it's all on Tumblr and the internet if you want to read about him. But my favorite thing that I've heard about Snape, I saw it on Tumblr, is that James Potter was willing to sacrifice his life to save Lily and Harry. Snape here was willing to sacrifice James and Harry's lives to save Lily. I don't like Snape. Snape is not a character to be glorified or romanticized. Oh, I want someone to love me like Snape loves Lily. No, you don't. You don't. If someone loves you like Snape loves Lily, we've got a problem. You want someone to love you like Peeta loves Katniss, like James loves Lily, like Ron loves Hermione. But don't be saying you want someone to love you like Snape loves Lily, because it's not healthy. It's not healthy. So that is it. That is all I got for you guys out of the books I read, where there are brony friend zonies. And I really needed to make these videos because I hate these kinds of guys. I mean, some of them like Ben and Pudge and Finn. Again, I don't hate the character. But then there are others like Realm and Gale and Snape and Akiva that I just can't get over. So let me know in the comments what fictional guys do you realize that are like this? Or are there any fictional girls that act like this that you have encountered? Let me know in the comments below. Yeah. Alright, so that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe.